come to the end of an enlightening, inspiring, and sometimes dramatic season of Unicorn, we thought it's time to introduce you to one of the major players, one of the billion-dollar ventures, one of the unicorns. From having the right idea to the rock-solid revenue model, from gaining the trust of a consumer to having the temperament to face the volatile startup world, these guys do it all. And so today, we're introducing you to a startup unlike any other we've featured on the show. This is ShopClues, an online marketplace where you can buy just about anything you could think of. And as of last year, it's been valued at $1.1 billion, a rare unicorn. So we have to ask, what's in the secret sauce here?
Aspiration, exclusivity, success. These are some of the terms you associate with the founders of ShopClues, one of India's leading unicorns. This is Sanjay Sethi, co-founder and CEO at ShopClues.com. He is highly regarded in the industry as a product visionary and aims to deliver a pleasurable shopping experience for consumers through ShopClues. Meet Radhika Agarwal, co-founder and chief business officer at ShopClues.com. She also happens to be the first Indian woman founder to enter into the prestigious echelons of the Unicorn Club. The duo has been spearheading ShopClues at a breakneck speed. ShopClues now has over 20 million listed products and more than 5 lakh merchants. But what makes ShopClues an online shopper's haven?
इंडिया में मैं और आप जब शॉप करने जाते हैं, where do we go? We go to our sector markets, we go to our local bazaars, we go to Fashion Street in Mumbai, we go to Sarojini Nagar in Delhi. But that's not what was available online in India in 2011 when we started ShopClues. In fact, even today, 5 years later, that's not what's available on the other side. Most of the other e-commerce sites in India today resemble a mall more than they resemble a bazaar. So very, very simply put, if you are looking for the quality of a mall at the price of a bazaar, ShopClues is it.
ShopClues, one of India's leading billion-dollar ventures, has several accolades to boast of. ShopClues serves in over 29,000 pin codes across India and has more than 7,000 online brand stores. And what makes the venture solid is its business model, asset-light and technology-focused, allowing it to scale very rapidly. The company follows a rigorous merchant approval process to ensure that buyers are secured on all aspects of product purchase, be it authenticity, quality or the price. But India has other e-commerce unicorns as well, like Flipkart and Snapdeal. So what is the USP of ShopClues?
I think we have 500,000 merchants on the platform. Our mobile category is supported by about 10,000 merchants, and our fashion category is supported by about 100,000 merchants. Now imagine the selection that these 100,000 merchants will bring onto our platform, and compare that with the selection that an inventory-based or a marketplace with 100,000, 200,000 merchants will be able to bring on. The offering that we have, our USP, our core differentiator from everybody else, is the selection that we are able to provide at price points, specific price points with regional local brands for our consumers through our merchants. I think that is the way we are very, very differentiated from everybody else.
Another reason why ShopClues had made headlines. Well, the unicorn had planned a public listing or IPO, but according to news reports, ShopClues has deferred plans for a public listing of its shares to 2018. But the company continues to grow through quirky advertising campaigns like Punch Ka Punch. But let's ask the founders some important questions. How does ShopClues set itself apart from other e-commerce giants like Flipkart and Amazon?
We are built on different missions. We are trying to solve different problems. If you think about it, Amazon and Flipkart are catering to India 1, which means for us, the Bharat of India, the 400 odd million people who make the middle tier India is where the future is. Indian GDP growth, Indian retail growth, or just general India becoming a powerhouse in the world will happen because of empowering of that 400 million people. And that 400 million people is the opportunity that stands for us. Top 150 million people is where Flipkart, Amazon reside. Not to say that they are not important, they are very important. It makes a lot of sense to go after them. ShopClues has positioned itself and we have built it to bring value to Bharat, and which means small, medium enterprises and the consumers who make household income anywhere from 3 lakh rupees to 11 lakh rupees household income for the year. Right? That segment is very exciting for us, and that is where we are. That is what our brand stands for. We are better known in Bulandshares of the world than Mumbai's of the world, and I think we are very true to that purpose.
ShopClues is one of India's leading unicorns. What is its success mantra?
We always wanted to be a marketplace, a pure marketplace, not because of the regulations of the country. We wanted to be a marketplace because that was our primary mission. We believed in a marketplace, and we believed it is a very scalable model. It's a very capital efficient model, and if we manage the marketplace well, there's a very large business to be had in the country, and I think we have not ever strayed away from that. We wanted to bring value to our merchants' lives, and through them provide great value to our consumers. Consumer is very well defined. It is the consumer of the Bharat. Today it is much smaller, though we have a very large segment of India 1 also buying with us, but next year after that, we will transition and become, most of our business is going to come from a consumer that belongs to Bharat of the country.
What is the venture strategy to fight the changing market dynamics in the Indian startup world?
Our job is to create value. Our valuation is market dependent. So we don't react, or try not to the extent possible, react to the day-to-day swings in the moods of people trying to either invest in India or try to decide what India is going to be. The best place to raise money is not to need money. So we just frantically try to be in a position where we don't need external money, but just keep focus on the value that we are going to create.
In today's world, tech companies are ruling the roost, and their big announcements can impact large segments of people and sectors around the world. Recently, Google's global CEO Sundar Pichai was in the country, reinforcing the company's dedication to SMBs in the country with a big announcement. So today in State of the Startup, we ask, what impact will Google's digital unlock have on SMBs in the country? Let's find out.
This year started with a big announcement for the startup world. And this one came from the Silicon Valley tech giant, Google. Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, announced 2 new initiatives, Digital Unlock and My Business websites for small and medium businesses. Google cited a study that the company conducted along with KPMG, which showed that 68% of the 51 million small and medium businesses in India are offline. They believe that the digitization of these will significantly contribute to the country's gross domestic product or GDP. To address this, Google has launched the Digital Unlock training program to enable them to get online and start using the power of the internet to grow their business. But let's hear it from the founders and mentors on their take on Google's initiative and, of course, its impact on the startup ecosystem.
I think it will have an impact for sure, because up till now what has happened is that if a small startup, say in a small town India, probably not very well aware of things like social media marketing, SEO, how to do their warehousing, logistics, how to even set up a site or a e-store. But now suddenly, thanks to Mr. Pichai's efforts, it's all going to come under one roof.
Businessmen who've come from the smaller towns have no exposure, will suddenly get exposure. So I feel it will really bring up the death rate of startups would be cut short, and there'll be a lot more push in the market for new products and technologies coming through, because people understand how to sell it better.
I think this is a great initiative. It sort of aligns with India's movement to digital India. I think it will create also employment in the country, because so many more people will be required to train these people across the country and the interior. So it's a great idea.